Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing Gwen, and we don't have anything to go over beforehand, so let's just get into it. We start with a unicorn because we wanted to lock the chicken with the shrink spell so that we can actually present a unit on turn 1, as well as buy 2 units on turn 3, or on turn 2 here. Unfortunately, we don't get great units here, but we do still have 3, even though we lose, and kind of don't get or Peter Pants gets pretty decent value there, but we end up with a pair of unicorns and chicken, and we roll into a shop with 2 more chickens, so that's going to give us a guaranteed treasure next turn, so we are pretty happy about that. We do manage to eke out a tie against Potion Master here, which is good. We definitely didn't want to be taking any more damage, especially since we're going to be taking level 2 characters this turn. We're not going to be improving our board too much. We do find a fairy tale out of our level 2 treasure though, which is great place to start. I think we're gonna sell this chicken just to add a bunch of stats to our board. I don't normally like buying egg. I just have a bias against eggs. So generally I don't try and buy eggs, but this is a special exception. We just need to put stats on the board. Fortunately, Geppetto here does not have a ton of stats, and we get attacks in a fortuitous order that allows us to keep our egg here. And yeah, here we go. We've got a few different dwarves here. We've got a few different options to flip our lonely prince. I was going to take the brave princess, but then I realized white would be able to flip it as well, and we could sell and grab a couple dwarves. So we get a couple dwarves going here. Unfortunately, Charon has a couple of decent sized range characters in the back, and that we're not able to overcome with our very small backline. So we do drop that combat, unfortunately. Alright, we're gonna pick up another dwarf, and we've already got this white kind of on the move already, so we're kind of priced into dwarves at least until we finish that, or they just completely dry up anyhow. I was looking at this kidnap, but I figure we should take the polywoggle and go for the sleigh. I mean, of course, since we're Gwen, we wanna hit a mix-a-whizzle into a knighthood if we can. We take one last roll here, which we are gonna sell down for another dwarf. We've got a decent amount of stats on our board now. The crafty is a decent size. Unfortunately, no poly sleigh here, but yeah, we are going to manage to win the combat. All right, we do find a TLK though. So what we want to do here is we're just going to grab a random 4, which is a puff puff, and we're going to TLK it, and then we're going to knighthood that unless we find a mix-a-whizzle next turn. And then any subsequent TLKs that we get after that, we can just turn into a golden 6. And that's going to give us direction. And also, I mean, a golden wombats at this stage in the game is so many stats. So I don't mind that at all. Pied Piper seems to have assembled a summoning portal already. Fortunately, we do knock them down to 14 here, as they took some damage, getting a level 5 treasure. Not sure if it was from like a treasure map or like a magic runes with a mouse or something, but clearly they went to some trouble to get that treasure. Alright, we're going to finish our Princess White quest here, which is going to yield us a level 3 treasure. Obviously, Crystal Ball and Sarcophagus, both incredibly powerful options, but unfortunately they don't work super well on our board. So we're actually going to take the Deepstone Mine here, which is not one that I usually take, but I mean, the dwarves seem to be flowing, so we go for it. And we are going to throw our knighthood onto the wombats here. And yeah, now we got a ton of stats on our board, so we're feeling pretty good. Opponent is a couple experience ahead now. I mean that's pretty typical of Apocalypse, of course. Fortunately, we knocked them down to 11 here. Hopefully someone else can kind of finish them off, as they are probably spending a lot of resources looking for experience. I mean, now that they're 2 up, they might just focus on tempo. That's probably what they should do at 11 HP. We do get another crack at Crystal Ball here, but the Fancy Pants is also looking pretty good. It's because we got this Friendly Spirit in the shop. That's going to be a ton of stats. It's just, yeah. Just choosing between the 2 now. This was played on stream, so I'm just talking through my plays. That's why it takes so long to make the selection there. And we do go for the Crystal Ball. We are gonna sell something to buy this Friendly Spirit, and I think we're gonna lose the Bossy. Bossy just not adding nearly enough stats anymore. be relevant to have that that weak piece on the board anymore. And we're gonna throw our friendly spirit out there. And we've got our wombat in 7. We were hoping to get the friendly spirit stats onto the wombat, but it went onto the doubly, which is fine as well. Peter Pan's very, very strong here. They managed to deal us quite a bit of damage, but fortunately we dealt with at least a couple of the golden characters there. We'll take a 1 gold big pigs. I don't think we're going to end up playing it, but I mean, there's no harm in taking it anyhow. Looking at the Nian as well, I mean, obviously, it's a built-in 5 pair, so there's a lot of good 5 treasures that can help give us direction, like Hand of Midas or Ambrosia. So, well, I mean, I say a lot, but those are the main ones. I mean, like Horn and Evil Eye are fine, but they're very specific in general, and I don't think they necessarily fit quite that well onto our board here. So yeah, we are hoping for one of the two I mentioned. That's a very large Spellweaver on the back line there for Potion Master. Looks like they've been putting a lot of spells into it, but fortunately they don't have any spell cost reduction, so it seems like they are spending a lot of resources on that. Alright, there's a Nian, there's a TLK, which I almost just fired off on the Wombats here, but I mean, it's much better to triple to upgrade the Nian here and get a level 5 treasure. And Staff's going to be a pretty good one. There's an argument for Monkey's Paw as well. Monkey's Paw with like the Tweedle and the Wombats is very, very powerful. It's a lot of stats, but I think we're going to go with the Staff and basically like hope that we find some relevant units instead, as we do have a lot of stats right now, and we get the TLK onto the Nian. Also because the Wombats is just providing a lot of value still. We're going to pick up this other Tweedle, of course. It's just it's a little too many stats to ignore here. And yeah, we get the Golden Boomhilda, which is going to provide a ton of stats to this Tweedle as well as this friendly spirit. Friendly spirit stats go on to the Fanny. Unfortunately, we have a ton of units that can use those stats super well. And literally just the Vulture and the Fanny were the ones that don't really make use of it super well. But at least it does allow the Fanny to value trade with the summon here, and we do get attacks good enough that we don't take damage at least this combat. So that's something anyhow. All right, we find another TLK. This one we are going to put onto the Wombats. And wouldn't you know it, it's a Golden Lordy, and we already have a bunch of dwarves, and look what perfect timing for that notification. It's like Leslie Knope popped in to say thank you for that Lordy. So that was kind of good timing. Yeah, we're gonna take this Lancelot just because we get to proc the treasure immediately. So we're gonna get a level 5 treasure. We're gonna basically we're hoping for a Hand of Midas. We're hoping for Ambrosia. Those fit super well in the dwarf comp, which we are firmly in now. And yeah, this summoning portal Piper, they got summoning portal super early, but it looks like they didn't really find summons fast enough. And yeah, they lost another combat, and then they lose again to us, unfortunately for them. And yeah, there's the Hand of Midas, and you'll notice in the shop there is an Echo Wood, which we are going to absolutely jam immediately. So Golden Echo Wood with our Golden Lordy board, we are in great shape here with a ton of stats on board. We are facing Apocalypse. We know they were ahead on experience, so they've been on level 6 for a couple turns. So I'm kind of expecting a Doom Breath. In general, I think that's the way that Pumpkin usually builds immediately. Usually you get a Doom Breath and you just throw it in front of a Boomhilda as you build your comp. We triple a Fanny, and we're going to take Fool's Gold. This is going to give us more rolls with Staff to find more Lordies and whatnot. And yeah, it looks like they've assembled a very powerful Good Boy comp already. They've got 2 supports with the Empress P. They got a Golden Good Boy and a regular Good Boy with an Echo Wood. So yeah, they're a lot more powerful than I kind of thought they were going to be. And with all those stats onto the ranged unit, they do manage to beat us here. I mean, that's generally going to happen. Dwarves generally has a relatively low ceiling, so a good boy comp like that, if they can assemble some more good boys, is definitely going to be something that we're going to have to we're going to struggle against, because they can just improve so much more than we can. We do manage to find a golden Tweedle here, though. That's going to be a bunch of stats, and the stats are going to definitely affect the Echowood. They're going to give Echowood a ton of stats anyways, especially since it's in front of 2 supports. We did take we took the Drax Saber, as this is going to be a lot more stats than the Dwarven Forge, or sorry, Mines. We did add in Lordy though, or sorry, we added in a Lancelot, just because we didn't have another dwarf, but we did lock another Lordy in shop, which is fantastic. That's going to be a lot of stats. We are kind of playing Dwarf Light right now, but fortunately for us, the Echo is still enormous thanks to all the Tweedle stats, as well as the Drax Saber stats. We're gonna grab Lordy here, and there's another Lordy for us, so we get very, very rewarded here by our staff. And a very short turn, but a very potent turn. We do get Pigomorphed here, and then we get another Pigomorph off of their unupgraded monster book. But fortunately for us, it didn't hit the Echo, and the Echo is just far too large for this Potion Master to deal with. Alright, we get to triple our Lordy here, which is fantastic. We get to get a level 6 treasure, which we're just going to jam Phoenix Feather. And we're going to get out of Fool's Gold already here, and just keep the Drax Saber, as it's adding a fair amount of stats. And we have an opportunity to change heroes, and since we don't have a hero power anymore, we are going to do that. And it was between Fates and Rumpelstiltskin here. Rumpel's going to give us basically like a little mini Grail turn, essentially, as we're going to be able to sell a couple things and then double our gold. And yeah, Apocalypse has added another good boy here, and they get a ton of stats onto their backline. But I mean, now that we have Phoenix Feather, our Echowood is much larger than theirs. We do end up trading at the end, but our Phoenix Feather makes the difference, and we do win that combat. So we are improving faster. We're gonna sell all 3 things on our bench, and we're gonna go up to 15 gold and double it. So we have 30 gold now to work with to roll down, basically just for Lordies. And there's a Lordy we are absolutely gonna take. And there's a Knighthood. We have 18 gold left, so we just say let's go for it and Knighthood the Lordy immediately here. I mean, like, holding out for another level 6 treasure would be fine, just because, like, I mean, a Mimic Phoenix Feather would go a long way to increasing our power here. And there's a Doom Breath on the pants board, but with the 3 golden Lordies, our stats are just too big, and we just absorb the Doom Breath like it's nothing and knock out this Peter Pants. There is another Echowood, which we are pretty happy to play. 3 golden Lordies here with the Tweedle, I think, is going to be plenty of stats. It's going to make our golden Lordy a little bit smaller, but the fact that we kind of spread out the stats between them, like, makes us less susceptible to scam, and also it's also just going to be very large. And yeah, even still, we get the we still get our golden Lordy up to over 700. It's not quite 1,000 anymore, but that's definitely offset by the fact that we have 2 giant characters now, and yeah, we pop their brand new Phoenix Feather here, and they don't even manage to pop ours. So yeah, we kind of crushed this lobby with Dwarves. Even like a really solid good boy comp, which usually beats Dwarves pretty handily. We found just enough Dwarves to make ourselves too powerful for them. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Leaving a like lets YouTube know that it should recommend my content to more people, and I would be very grateful for that. And yeah, just a quick update. The tournament did happen earlier today, and yeah, we ended up eking out a victory over the Team Bahamas Rejects here. Here are the final standings. Yeah, we won by exactly 1 point in the final in the 4th game. We needed one of their team to go 7th or 8th, and one of them went 7th, and Wait for Godot went 2nd, and your boy here and myself went 1st and 3rd respectively. And yeah, we managed just enough points to eke out a victory and win the teams tournament. So that was very exciting. We were very hyped, and And yeah, it was a ton of fun to play. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully playing some kind of variation of this this format again. I'm hoping we get to see some more community tournaments in the near future. And yeah, just a shout out to you boy here, Collect the Cluck and Icarus, all of whom are great streamers and definitely deserve your follow if you're ever on Twitch and see them there. Yeah, huge thanks to them for really playing super solid and super clutch and yeah, just being good people. Anyways, with all that being said, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.